We live in an era of the instant. We have instant communication, instant gratification, and the crushing pressure of instant results. Most people today are running a race without a finish line. We face a universal struggle, the tyranny of the urgent. We focus on the next paycheck, the next social media notification, or the next quarterly goal. We are so busy reacting to the noise of today that we forget to build for the reality of a decade from now. Think about the common frustrations we all face. The comparison trap. We see someone's overnight success and feel like we're falling behind, forgetting that we are seeing their harvest, not their planting season. Emotional volatility. When things go wrong, a market dip, a career setback, we panic. We make permanent decisions based on temporary feelings. Short-termism. We overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we vastly underestimate what we can do in 10. We are starving for a strategic North Star. We need a way to look past the fog of the present and see the horizon. To find that, we look to a man who didn't just build a fortune, but built a philosophy. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett wasn't born a billionaire. He was born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, during the Great Depression, a time when the world felt like it was ending. While others were paralyzed by fear, young Warren was obsessed with numbers. At age 6, he bought 6 packs of Coca-Cola for 25 cents and sold individual bottles for a nickel each, a 20% profit. At 11, he bought his first stock. He watched it drop from $38 to $27. He panicked and sold it as soon as it hit $40, making a tiny profit. Then, he watched that same stock soar to $200. That was his first great lesson. The cost of impatience is the loss of greatness. He didn't get rich by being faster than everyone else. He got rich by being more patient. He spent his youth delivering newspapers, pinning up lost and found signs, and eventually studying under the legendary Benjamin Graham at Columbia University. Buffett didn't look for hot tips. He looked for value. He looked for businesses with a moat, a competitive advantage that could last 50 years, not 5 months. He took control of a failing textile mill called Berkshire Hathaway in the 1960s. Instead of trying to fix a dying industry, he used its cash to buy better businesses. Today, that failing mill is one of the most valuable companies on earth. But here is the most staggering fact. Over 90% of Warren Buffett's wealth was created after his 65th birthday. He is the living embodiment of the snowball effect. He started with a small handful of snow, found a very long hill, and let gravity and time do the work. How can we apply his strategic thought to our own lives? It comes down to 4 core principles. First, the circle of competence. Buffett famously said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." Most people fail because they try to be experts in everything. Strategy is about saying no. It's about defining what you are good at and staying inside that circle. You don't need to be an expert on 1,000 things. You just need to be right about a few things and stick to them. Second, the forever holding period. When asked about his favorite holding period for a stock, he replied, "Our favorite holding period is forever." Apply this to your relationships, your skills, and your habits. If you aren't willing to do something for 10 years, don't even think about doing it for 10 minutes. Strategic thinking is about building assets, knowledge, reputation, health, that pay dividends for the rest of your life. 3. Be fearful when others are greedy. One of his most famous quotes is, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." Most people follow the crowd. When everyone is excited, they jump in. When everyone is scared, they run. A strategist does the opposite. They stay rational when the world is emotional. 4. Protect your reputation. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. Strategy isn't just about money. It's about character. Your integrity is your ultimate long-term asset. In a world of shortcuts, the man who stays honest wins by default, because he is the only one left standing. As we close this session, I want you to look at your life through the lens of a waiting machine, not a voting machine. In the short term, the world is a voting machine. It cares about what is popular, what is loud, and what is trending. But in the long term, life is a waiting machine. It only cares about substance. It cares about the work you did when no one was watching. It cares about the discipline you maintained when it wasn't fun. Your motivating message today is this: stop trying to win the day and start trying to win the decade. If you are facing a setback, remember Buffett's first stock: the dip is part of the journey. If you feel like you aren't moving fast enough, remember that the biggest growth happens at the end of the curve, not the beginning. The most powerful force in the universe isn't luck or genius or even hard work. It is compounded consistency. It requires you to be the most patient person in the room. It requires you to plant trees today that you know you won't sit under for a long time. Start your snowball today. Keep it small, keep it moving, and never ever stop it from rolling. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Go, plant your tree.